Season 2 started with a race to collect the free, later 4 command-driven items. These are powerful enough to double the manpower of a person. Mike the Gamer 610 and his scouting group, consisting of Mystic Fox, Cloud Blaze, Poison Draft, and one other set, their charge for the tools in the mountains, while the real Uno charged towards an ancient city in hopes of getting an fermented nuclear stick infused with the Warden's grasp. One player, Power Learner, took off with one of the items that were hidden at spawn, the Totem of Life, Remedy. As each player reaches their destination, Mike's team retrieves the tools and they set sail for uncharted territories. Uno, unfazed by the looming threats of the Skulk's presence, finally reaches the Warden's wand and takes off with his newfound treasures. Now aware of the immense power Uno holds, Mike's team joins with some previous members and waits at spawn. The plan is to jump Uno once he logs on. But due to a fortunate circumstance for Uno, a hacker interrupts this plan, giving Uno time to journey onwards and unaware of the danger that he just avoided. The race for the Dragon Egg begins as our protagonists head into the Nether. Uno is currently in the lead with all eyes of Ender obtained, but Mike isn't lacking too far behind, as he ventures into the hellish domain and acquires the needed materials in no time. On his lonesome, with his team building a base, Mike makes haste trying to find the Ender portal. Unfortunately for him, though, Uno has already entered the end and has slain the Ender dragon. Not wanting any trouble, Mike heads back to his domain and builds a base. Later, however, Uno releases the coordinates for the Ender portal, allowing Mike to journey to the end and pick up the second egg. Uno logs off for the day as Mike continues building his team's base. He dubs it the Obsidian Empire. The next days, both parties are on early as Mike is dedicated to getting Elytra for the first time since the attempted assassination attempt. Both Mike and Uno meet up as Uno offers to help Mike obtain a pair of wings. Mike, ever untrusting and still guilt-ridden from the escapade on day one, stays a bit behind as Uno strides forward on paths he had made for his Elytra. Suddenly, Uno falls in a gap between blocks. He desperately throws an Ender Pearl and as saving grace, he hurls the Ender Pearl to the nearby island. The pearl gracefully flies through the air as if having an Elytra itself. The pearl lands, and it misses. As the pearl slams into the side of the landmass, Uno accepts his fate and falls into the void, losing all his gear. Mike, in shock, asks if Uno will be okay and what happened to Oppenheimer. Thankfully, Uno had safely stored his weapon in an ender chest before his fall. Uno logs off for the day as Mike's journey through cities, eventually finding his flight, and soars off into the next day. Day 3. Mike's empire is getting a foothold as buildings slowly rise. Mike, feeling pity for Uno, gives him a tour of the empire. After some job placements, Uno visits ended in a long mining session. This day comes to an end. The next few days are unnoteworthy. Uno and Mike foster a friendship, the empire grows, and new players join. After these days, an important day arrives. Both Uno, Mike, and the Obsidian Empire are on early. Uno and Mike speak a bit before Uno expresses interest in joining the empire. Mike accepts without hesitation, hoping to leave the killing attempt behind. Uno builds a mob farm, symbolizing the peace between the superpowers and joining of Uno. We're going to skip ahead a bunch. Uno doesn't log on much anymore, and Mike and his original expedition crew have grown and prospered. The holder of the remedy is killed, leaving the totem in the Empire's hands. With the Empire up and running, it decides to leave its violent ways in the past. New buildings are built, new recruits are recruited, new players are helped, and the realm enters peace for a long while. The realm is reposted a while later. A curious specimen joins Cavadas named Yam. At this moment, the Obsidian Empire is mainly Shrekist, the belief that Shrek is the all-holy and worshipping him. Most people on the realm either join or brush it off until Yam. Yam the prophet speaks of the ancient Greek gods, the Pantheon, and other mystical tales. With his enlightenment, he starts his own empire, the first to ever rival the OE. The Greek theocracy/empire is made, and it gained some traction on outcasts of the OE and people non-Shrekist. Castle, the prophet of Shrekism, finds the Greek Empire and tries to convert it into Shrekism. Banners are everywhere. Slander is thrown by Yam about Shrek burning on a stake, the false prophet, and such is said. Castle, a member of the OE, goes on a rampage. Although Mike condemns his actions, it begs the question, will peace last forever, or will it be torn by two differing ideologies? Will these empires coexist or drive each other to extinction? Castle, fueled by anger at Yam for putting Shrek on a burning stake, challenges Yam to a duel. The duel of Shrekism and Helimosynos. They both meet in the middle, Castle fueled by pure madness and intent to kill, while Yam was trying to protect his empire. They took 10 steps, and both fired, but Castle was quicker, faster, and killed Yam, making them stop the slander on Shrek. But is this truly the end of all anger, the Empire?